Thanks so much for coming out to this Curious Ear event. So this is a regular thing we do for improvised music in the church. We do about one a month, so if you're interested to come to other ones, because there's lots of new faces here today, we've got a mailing list on the door, or you can sign up online at our website there. But I'm super excited to hear this music, to see this performance today. I've known Lucy for a year or two through doing various bits with Seed Studios, and we've sort of been talking through the idea of what this could be for, feels like ages.
Quite a while.
A while, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
been
months.
really exciting hearing Lucy's takes on it and how it's going to develop and what you're going to see today. I think it's going to be really, really special. And I'm so excited to welcome this amazing cast of musicians and poets to the church. So, yeah. Lucy, do you want to say a few words, or are you going to...
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, no, just to say that this group is a set of people, set of performers who have never all played together before in one place, which is quite exciting and magical in itself. It's comprised in part of people who come to an improvised music workshop that I run at the music charity Seed Studios. And so some of the musicians here are from that improvisational workshop, and then other musicians are musicians I know from other parts of my life and world. And we've also got a spoken word performer who is a poet, and he will, it will all make sense. So we're going to do two sets, and the first set is going to be a little bit like the kind of thing we do at the workshop, to be honest. It's going to be an improvised sound exploration, so that's going to be the first set. So we'll do that for you.
Great. Lucy Power and the Sound Explorers and guests, everyone.
This is dedicated to the music makers and the dreamers of dreams, the dreamers of dreams. The goal of this has been to get you up and running, to show you whether or not you haven't loved. No matter how careful you are, it's going to happen. No matter how careful you are, it's going to happen. The next area of interest is the unused. Fear not. At last the time has come. to loop infinitely on its last part, moving up the totem pole, warping the master track. Each time you make a locator, it will be given a name. When life creates a lot of excitement, keep it simple. In a nutshell, the master slave button. The easiest to understand is to access one scenario, while warping has a tendency to create the final window. It's important to realize, if you turn the vamp, remember how beats treat. Doing multiple takes. Now I have complete control. As you might expect, now I have complete control to execute. The ability to save the best of both worlds. Nobody's perfect. This is the last parameter. Life tells you to drop here. It's not directing you to drop what still resides in your faith. Extremely lightweight. Say precept. Another great way to control your life. Create an infinite variety of new sounds. On the fly is a blast. Here you can see a separate line turning up the upper portion of impulse, turning up the upper portion of impulse, a collection of multiple parts. There are 7 sections to shape selected from the envelope. Looking at the nutshell, the last control, the last section of operator, the global settings. Blears. Once you have a handle on the stiffness of life, lower values will produce a gentler attack. Tension is the most interesting and unusual beast. Tension is the most interesting and unusual beast. Tension is the most interesting and unusual beast. Here we arrive to the decay, to the damper of the body. Looking to the left, looking to the right. An empty rack is dropped onto the track. All or nothing. The attack, hold and release. This is all or nothing. At the initial attack is passed. If the gate closes. Chaos is good. To mangle the sound beyond comprehension is best achieved with a stab, the last word of a familiar voice. Shift it up. Chaos is good. Feed your impulse sound to control actual delay. Feed your impulse sound. You should know what this does by now. Feed your impulse sound. This is identical. It's identical. Test the coloring, the rich and chewy river, the murky quality to life. You've covered a lot of ground by now. Everything up to this point has been right brain. Have you covered a lot of ground? The amount of groove massaging muscle. Have you covered a lot of ground? Take the concept. The finger mass of the body serves two purposes: creation. You might think of this as life's other window, but follow. You might notice certain diagrams, cloning and grouping tracks, incorporate a live user, join an incredibly diverse crowd of composers. Lose your composure and compose. Look into the lights of the window, figure it's here again. Now move the slider left and turn around. Automated progress in vain. The arrangement. It seems like two other windows. I'm looking through all windows through a magnifying glass and manipulated in the view. Lips are created in two different ways. Experiment with random combinations of normalize, warp, flip, retract and hang. Put a lot of power at your fingertips. profoundly change the impact. Remove unwanted frequencies. Run her wild. Run her wild. there are many different users of life. What is the track you want to lay down? When life fails to identify a loop, you can quickly tell it where the loop should be. The elastic audio possibilities sound better for clearer sound. Have you played all over the world? I want to perform my life. I could have sworn the trigger finger was designed for this. Make sure there's no dead air. Have complete control of my life. Give up control. Invoke a new command. Turn up the dial and trigger the sound. The samples from section. It's variable and fixed. The waveform for the operator. This is the relationship between a carrier and a modulator. The theory and practice of multi-sampling sound. Look around. Just look around. Would you look around? Determine how much input you're going for. How low is up to you? The cut-off frequency can pass. Or nothing. Or nothing. From time to time, you may discover the gate is closed. This is common after the initial attack. If the gate closes completely, things can pop in and out of the mix. To remedy this, you must give it all. Let your signal lead through. Be part of the decay and the tone. tweaking on the flies at last, creating patterns more. Group together, life devices, create an infinite variety of new sound. One of the most exciting features of life is its instruments. Try playing a part, a collection of multiple parts, generally a kick drum part, a snare drum part, a hi-hat part. I said a kick drum part and a snare drum part, playing together at the same time. Is the speed at which the mallet hits the fork. Higher values tend to produce more growl. Once you have a handle on time, the tone is self-explanatory. The decay takes care of itself. Don't expect to hear a long release. Time is necessarily fairly short. It's the most interesting and unusual beast. The most unusual beast out there is tension and termination. The tension, the excitator, and the termination. The tension comes before the excitator, followed by the termination. Are you determined? Just tense, and you made a lot of sense of your life being lived by multiple users. What track are you dropping? Is it a master track? Are you master or slave? Looking to the left, is this your master track? Is flat and has no line. The kick is flat and has no bite. You need a decent amount of coach. A fairly short attack. Use a slightly longer setting for the long release if the drum has a long tone. to your life. Some chaos is good. Super spicy echoes achieve cosmic delay dispersion. Achieve cosmic delay dispersion.
Thank you. I'm going to very quickly introduce all of these people, and then we're going to have a break, and then we're going to do another set in about half an hour. It's going to be quite a different thing, though, not like Sound Explorers, not a jam as such, something slightly different. So hopefully you'll enjoy that too. I'm just going to go around and introduce everybody so that you know. So we've got Deane, who's on the hand percussion stuff over here. We've got Helen on the sax. And John on the piano. And then we've got Adam on the bass. Clynton on one guitar. Michael on another guitar. And Andy on another guitar. And we've got Bryan on the drums at the back there. And Joel on the synth. And Josh doing all the wonderful spoken word.